so here we go. Let's try this again.
I just got through doing this, now I have to do it again. Because my phone messed up. So, chemtrail report is, Tampa Bay is that it has been quiet lately, so quiet. I mean, no chemtrails. Look at this beautiful sky. I mean, that's just a normal, beautiful sky with some normal clouds. Now, you got to remember it can be difficult to distinguish between chemtrails and clouds because the longer the chemtrails, whatever they are, contrails, chemtrails, I'm just going to call them chemtrails because, as I've explained in previous videos, I just can't reconcile the fact that contrails, vapor trails coming off the tips of the wings of airplanes are something that can A, last for hours, B, be as wide as the airplane itself, and C, expand to 10 or 20 times their original width, and as they expand they stay as visible as they were when they were first created. So I can't believe those are contrails. I don't think that's what contrails are, and I've seen pilots talk about it. They're like, no, contrails are not, that's not what that's an abuse of language, it's manipulation, it's sophistry, there's no way that's contrails, you know. So obviously these are not contrails. We can't say with certainty that they're not artificially created, but they definitely look like what clouds are historically and stereotypically and characteristically like, right? If you look up cloud machines on YouTube, I think, at least I saw one the other day, it was pretty impressive. It was a giant machine that just put out an unbelievable amount of fog or steam or whatever it was, and you know, it was pretty impressive. But you have to keep scale in mind. Scale is relative to whatever the backdrop is. So if the backdrop of what you're seeing is a tree or a building or some people, I mean, something can look incredibly massive, but then once it gets up in the sky is so unbelievably vast that you know, something that looks massive against the backdrop of a building can look just insignificant up in the sky. It's like when the oil spill happened in the Gulf of Mexico, and they were talking about these huge numbers of oil that had poured out into the Gulf of Mexico. I forget what the numbers were. I can't remember. It was a BP oil spill. And they sent out 700 fishing boats to look for this oil to clean it up. None of the boats could find any oil. I mean, because even though it's a huge number, against the backdrop of the Gulf of Mexico, I mean, it's infinitesimal. It's, you know, it's not even noticeable. You know, it's not even perceivable. So I don't know why my phone is jumping like that. My phone is doing all kinds of weird stuff. But so it's been quiet. I mean, the other day coming back from work, I saw some stuff over over Pinellas County, nothing over Hillsborough, but it's been really quiet lately. I don't know what's going on. I did read a story or hear a story that Trump signed an executive order that outlawed chemtrails because these nut jobs like Al Gore and whatever that other guy's name is, David Keith, I think, or Keith David, or, you know, whoever. I posted the videos. He was on, Al Gore was on the Ellen DeGeneres show. This other guy was on the Stephen Colbert show. You know, these nut jobs, they think, I mean, the whole thing is just crazy. They think they're going to cool the earth by polluting the atmosphere with sulfuric acid and aluminum and barium and strontium. I mean, it's just population control. You know, they make up all this sophistry and all this nonsense about why they're doing things. But I mean, just look at that global warming. Look at how much sophistry that's like a platform. You know, if you look at it like an analogy, a metaphorical, figurative war, that's like the global warming is like an operating base for you know, 1,000 cities. The capacity of 10,000, or not 10,000, the capacity, the cubic capacity, the area capacity of 1,000 of the world's largest cities, sewer systems, right? That, whatever that number is, that's like the potential output of sophistry
for that operating base, global warming. I mean, they can do anything they want. I mean, they can charge you a breathing tax, literally, if they want to. If you have a pet, they can charge you a tax for the carbon dioxide output of your pet. I mean, if you jog, you know, they can charge you a tax for jogging because you're breathing heavier. I mean, you could just be it's an existence tax. They could charge you an existence tax. I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny because it's literally true. This sounds like hyperbole. It sounds like science fiction gobbledygook nonsense, but no, it's actually true. They theoretically could actually do this. And if you ever listen to Al Gore say that, talk, and the rest of his friends, all these idiot elites, you know, talk about idiot savants. There's a whole new class of idiots. They're idiot elites now. You know, these idiot elites, when you listen to them talk, you realize that what I'm saying about existence tax is not outside the realm of possibility. They actually are that idiotic in terms of their arrogance, in terms of their greed lust, in terms of their power lust, in terms of their disconnection from the world that you and I live in. It's just, I mean, they are that big of idiots to try to propose something like that. I mean, you know, I think that now, instead of saying BS for Bravo Sierra, you know, we should say cow farts. I mean, they actually tried to convince us that cow flatulence melts ice at the North Pole. I mean, I feel like an idiot for saying that. I mean, just to hear those words coming out of my mouth, it sounds like, man, I sound like an idiot. But that is literally what they proposed. They literally tried to convince us of that. They are literally still trying to convince people of that, mainly school children who have no choice. They're a captive audience. And also their children. I mean, they have no intellectual resistance. They have nothing to resist these people with intellectually. I mean, it's unbelievable, folks. I mean, this stuff is like, you want to talk about evil being the mark of a loser. This is the mark. These ideas are the mark of losers. And these idiot elites, these loser elites, these are the ideas that they're putting forth. So, amazing. But in Tampa Bay, at least, the chemtrails have been quiet. I guess either Trump's executive order is true and finally took effect, because half the government was going